Welcome everybody to the Thinning Out Loud podcast with your hosts Dan, that's me, and Liam.
Hi.
Here we talk about games, movies, and stuff that generally takes our fancy in the world. Are you ready to go? Have you got any topics this week?
Mostly San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, yep,
Just
cool. Because I didn't cover any of that, so I was hoping you would. All right, then why don't you start off?
Okay. Sorry, vamping. Bunch of trailers
Yes.
came out. Justice League trailer showed a fair bit more.
Yep.
I watched it this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. There's a fair few references to. There was a single line reference to the Lantern Corps.
Yep.
So I thought that it seems like this DC is building towards doing a shared universe with Green Lanterns and everybody else in it.
Right.
And I think the big bad guy that I worked out is a chap called Steppenwolf, who's
Yes.
Darkseid's big general guy.
Yeah. I'd heard that as well. I'm interested to see, like, I thought they were going to just go straight to Darkseid, rather than doing like a interim character sort of thing.
Yeah, there's actually in the Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition, there's actually a deleted scene that took out the theatrical cut with Lex Luthor talking to Steppenwolf.
Oh.
And in front of him, Steppenwolf has three.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I don't know what the word. They were cubes, but they
Yep.
turned out to be mother boxes.
Yep.
So
So the beast that oh fuck, what's his name? The main bad
Doomsday?
guy. Yeah, no, the Oh, that is the beast that he created. No, there was that second beast that came and collected the cube. That's right. Yes, that's right. I do remember that. There was a bonus reel. I remember that. Yes, no, it had weird big horns and looked
Yeah,
big and
that's-
muscly. Yep, yeah.
yeah, that's Steppenwolf.
Right.
Steppenwolf. I
He's
don't
got more of a
know.
human look now, eh?
Well, in comics, he's always been a human-looking person, and Steppenwolf in the movie, he looks more sort of alien, which sort of
Yeah.
fits the theme of him being an alien.
Right.
So.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm getting a little bit more into that one. Although I'm not really like I just don't care. I mean, they're gonna have to.
What DC's done so far.
Yeah. They're gonna have to do a lot to kind of earn me back, I think.
Fair enough.
But yeah, this might be a
Another
step in the right
trailer.
direction.
There's quite a few trailers that came out.
Yep.
Ready Player One.
Yes. Oh man, I've been waiting for that one for a
looks
long
pretty
time.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you
Um,
thought of the book so far?
I'm about halfway through when just about to the part where Artemis gets the Jade.
Oh yes.
Key,
Yep.
Jade Egg, whatever it's called. So, yeah, I have so far from what I've read so far. I recognise one scene in the trailer from the book, and that's
Yep.
that nightclub scene.
Yes. Yes.
I recognise that, but the rest of it I haven't got to. Or
No.
just adding these in to flesh everything out more.
I think the movie is, in terms of the trials that they have to go through, are going to be very, very different to what is in the books. I'm not sure if they're going to do all three of them, and I think they're going to completely change what they're actually based on. Because like the thought of a dude running through a dungeon sounds kind of cool, but a race through a city with a million different guys sounds kind of cooler when you're thinking about movies in movie sense. So yeah, I think they'll definitely
Yep.
drastically change what the actual challenges and trials and gate things are.
Yeah, that's always the thing with books to movies.
Yeah.
They've always got to change things to certain things that sound great in books.
Exactly.
Don't always translate well to actual, movies things.
No.
And I know there's been a lot of people will bitch your mind about this. Oh, this thing's not here.
Oh,
in the book. This is book, blah, 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 blah.
I'm actually okay with it. Like I can understand it, and like Ready Player One is like near and dear to my heart. It's gonna be a book I read to my kids time and time again. But in terms of like those things, they're fine to change as long as the characters kind of stay the same. Then I don't mind about the challenges. And
Do
also
you
all
do
the
you like the guy that cast as Wade? Or because when we watched the trailer, I thought you said you didn't like that.
he's the guy from X-Men. He's the new Cyclops. Is that right? He's the
Yes.
Yes, yeah, he is. It's interesting that he's done two movies now where his eyes are completely covered for most of the movie.
Ty Sheridan. That's his name.
Yeah. I don't really mind. Like I couldn't really think of anybody else. Like, he's supposed to be chubby in the book at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then he's supposed to get
Yeah.
a bit more
Although,
muscly as the book goes on.
yeah, there is a part though who says he spent a lot of time working out to get, because he activated something in his system that stopped him from
Yes.
using the Oasis if he didn't work out.
Yeah.
They got a fair few people in it, actually. According to IMDb, they've got Ben Mendelsohn
They've got
as Nolan
Sean,
Sorrento,
not Sean, Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg as Ogden, TJ Miller
Is
as
he Ogden?
Iraq,
Okay, that's interesting.
Olivia Cook as Artemis.
Mhm.
What else I got? There's a name I reckon. Never heard of that person. That might
Do they
spoil it for me. I
say-
won't click that link.
They don't say who the main bad guy of Iowa is, do they?
Yeah. No. I like how they got Ben Mendelsohn, who was the bad guy in Star Wars Rogue One, as another bad guy.
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
pretty good. Seems
Okay.
like a pretty slow choice.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
He's a pretty assholey kind of guy.
Yeah, he does bad guys quite well. Anyhow, any other thoughts?
No, I'm okay with it. That's pretty good. I'm definitely looking to see more, although I don't want to see too much at the same time. And I kind of have a feeling that they've already spoiled a bit of the end with some of the battle scenes they showed in that trailer. Because the only real big battle in that book really happens towards the end.
Right.
But yeah, they're pretty cool.
Was that okay? Was that the one on the giant scorpion monster bot thing?
There's a bunch of things that don't show up in the book at all, like the giant scorpion doesn't show up, isn't mentioned. Iron Giant isn't mentioned at all. There's that when he does that weird spin where his body separates from his legs. I don't know who that character is. If that's supposed to be the player character or the avatar for Wade's character, and they've changed it drastically, and it's kind of weirding me out a little bit. But yeah, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, lots of different things from the book.
Well, I just feel like I gotta add new things in. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think a book translate well to
Exactly.
natural.
All right. Do you have more trailers to talk about?
Yeah, there was one for Thor Ragnarok.
I'm not watching that.
Not watching it.
No.
I'm getting
spoil it
definite
for me.
sort of. Yeah, fair enough. I won't spoil it. I'm getting definite Guardians of the Galaxy sort of like
Okay.
humor vibes.
Cool. Well, it's Taika Waititi, so it's going to have some awesome
yeah.
comedy in
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're stepping away from like serious Thor
Yeah.
to sort of humorous Thor.
it, which is what we've kind of always wanted, because those kind of quirky bits during Thor 1 and 2 were probably the best bits, when he's kind of just being funny. But they can't rewrite the character too much, because then we're already quite deep into the character. So
Yeah. Well, they've just got to show some sort of evolution.
that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, we can't talk about anything else because it'll spoil it for you, so I won't say anything more.
All right.
Just go watch it. Other than that, there was one we've been watching slowly, Walking Dead. It was
Yes.
trailer 8
Yep.
for that. Trailer 8.
Trailer-
Season 8.
Oh, season 8 trailer. I thought you meant it was the 8th trailer, and I was like, what?
No, it was the first trailer
Okay,
for
all right.
season. That's what I was meaning to say.
That looked pretty. I feel like I mentioned this to you, but I feel like that's going to be the entirety of all the action in the season, and what we're going to be left with is just talking which I mean it's Walking Dead, so
Yeah, sizzle trailer.
Yeah.
Also, right at the end though, there was there might be a possible time jump forward.
right. I mean, I
'cause
guess after they
I think the
defeat
comics did.
Negan, I guess they probably could do a time jump where they're just recovering, sort of thing, and then it jumps to when they're kind of no longer recovering and ready to kind of do that kind of thing.
Yeah, right at the end, it jumps right forward to Rick being having white hair, short
Oh.
hair, long beard,
Oh.
like right at the very end of it. So in the
Yeah.
comics, there's a time jump forward about
Oh.
2-3 years.
Okay.
Where they sort of forward and everything jumps forward. So a potential could be for the next season. It could
Yeah.
be jumping forward two more years.
Yeah.
So seeing things after the
That'd be-
Negan War.
That'd be interesting.
So yeah, try and keep space to the comics maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right then.
What else? Last one I
Yep.
paid any attention to was Westworld season 2.
Oh yes. Looking forward to that. Again, I haven't watched the trailer because I'm terrible with actually watching trailers. But anything Westworld, I'm super excited for, and we'll talk about Westworld later on because I know you've been watching it. But yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
It just looks more bloody. It looks more like there's more action going to happen
Yeah.
for this one, and more of the host becoming more aware of who they are, and sort of wreaking vengeance on the
yeah.
humans who use the
Which is
park.
a pretty good way for that story to go. I mean,
Hmm.
it's pretty expected, but I'm sure they'll throw some twists in there because that TV show was just amazing for twists. It was so good.
Oh yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yep. All right.
Right. Well, that's all my
that's all-
SEC stuff.
Is that all your SDCC stuff? All right. Well, then my first topic of the fortnight is the Agents of Mayhem porn leak that happened. So basically,
What?
yeah. So the story is someone they're not saying who made a porno of like a CG porno of the main character Getz of Agents of Mayhem or Saints Row having like I haven't watched it having like a sex orgy or something like that. And then for some reason, I don't know why, like there's heaps of Overwatch porn, and like any game you
Yep.
can think of, there's porn of it, like Borderlands and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's the whole Roll 23, 33,
32. 32?
32.
Yes, something like that. Or a real 34. I can't remember. Anyway, so the developers decided to come out and comment on it, and their comment wasn't. It was like a really media type comment. Like it wasn't saying this is wrong. This isn't who we are. It was almost like the Deadpool kind of thing. You know, the Deadpool test footage that they released, and then Ryan Reynolds is like whoopsie sort of thing. It was the same kind of thing where like it was almost. It seems like it was almost made by the developers of the game as a bit of like marketing, which.
Oh, my
I mean,
lord.
being Saints Row, I can't really put it past them to do something like that. Just because
Nah.
the crassness of Saints Row is amazing,
Yeah.
and I don't think I think they'll probably double down on that. But like, I don't know if anybody actually knows what Agents of Mayhem is. And that's the problem that I think that they're having with their marketing, is why they're having to do these kind of crazy stunts. Because you ask anybody about Agents of Mayhem and they're like, "What? Crackdown 3?" sort of thing. So yeah,
Yeah. I haven't followed it. I haven't
yeah.
watched it. I saw like 1 or 2 trailers. And I'm like, it doesn't look like me. Yeah.
Like the Saints Row.
Like Saints Row hasn't.
No, you go.
It's not like Saints Row haven't courted the whole sex thing before. I mean, they hired a porn star to do voice work for one of the characters in the third one.
Right.
So, you know, it's a thing they've done before. And Saints Row has always been relatively irrelevant towards everything. So,
Yeah,
you know, it's what they've done before.
yeah. No, I wasn't surprised. I didn't really like. I could totally see them doing it. Yeah. But that was one of my stories. Yeah. There's something interesting that happens in the world. Sex sells, because it does. And whether they've bumped up their numbers with this or not, I mean, I'm sure they'll be happy with it. Just how much it's been talked about. Yeah. You got another story?
Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah.
One of it. Yeah. Anywho. It's odd.
Yeah. Do you have another topic or?
But no, it makes me want to go back to that. It makes me wonder if whoever is making Saints Row, I can't remember who now. It's THQ, I think, or
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
I wonder
was.
if now they're going to put like a into the Saints Row franchise and just do the Agents of Mayhem shit instead of doing the actual.
They've
franchise.
put Getz in the Agents of Mayhem game. Like they seem to be continuing it, unless this is like the final kind of thing, and then it'll just move into Agents of Mayhem. It'd be interesting if they do like Well, I mean, I guess they've always done player created characters, haven't they?
Yeah. So Saints 1, 2, 3, you custom make
Yeah.
your characters to look however the fuck you want them to.
Yeah.
With all the many
there's so many
customizations,
options.
it's so in depth, so much to it.
Yeah.
Um,
It was pretty good in that respect.
Hmm.
That game had just ridiculous amount of like costumes and stuff you could wear. Yeah, it was a pretty good game actually. I don't remember.
games, there's 4 of the fuckers.
Yeah, I know, but they were all pretty much the same game, just with different fucking skins on them.
I don't know. I'd argue Saints Row 1 is probably like, it was meant to lampoon GTA, Grand Theft Auto, but I believe Saints Row 1 did a better job of Grand Theft Auto than what Grand Theft Auto did. One of that came out at the same time, which I think was 3.
Yeah.
One in Liberty City. So yeah, and Saints Row 2 just took a different angle.
They went crazy.
Let's go completely nuts.
Yeah.
And Saints Row 4 just went, well, now let's go even nutter.
Yeah.
Than
And
the
then
third
they
one.
did superpowers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. It's pretty interesting. This Agents of Mayhem. I don't know why have they changed the name. Do you think? I don't know. Do you think they're trying?
Maybe what they're going to do is maybe they'll end up doing Saints Row 5 at some stage, and they're just going to use Agents of Mayhem as like a spin-off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And go do their own thing with that one.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably.
Nick, you got another topic?
Sure. I think it was announced today or yesterday, but Destiny 2 has a beta date.
Oh yeah.
For the PC.
For PC, yes, and the minimum specs as well.
Yeah, they did that as well. 28th of August to the 31st of August.
I haven't looked at the specs because I'm probably not going to run it unless I can get a free beta code, which I don't know how I'll do.
Well, if they go into open beta like they did with the console.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, I guess so.
You know. And then building off that one, I'll talk about how the fact that I managed to play it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just talk about my feelings on it, maybe.
Okay, because I haven't played it myself, but I have been reading articles on how people feel about it, and we'll bring up some of the pros and cons that they've noted. So why don't you start?
I only did the single mission they had and the strike. And then I sort of stopped because I couldn't be bothered. It feels exactly the same, handles exactly the same.
That's good because the gun control in that game is probably one of the best in the market.
Yeah, well, it's Bungie. They did Halo for
exactly.
many years, so they know how to make a gun feel like a gun.
Exactly.
Oddly enough. So yeah, handles the same. The abilities. Played the Hunter one. Dodge is probably the dumbest one they could have chucked in there.
Right.
It's so self-serving and it just doesn't gel well with the other abilities for the Warlock and the Hunter. It seems like they're going to be a bit more generous with exotics, so instead of having to wait forever to get one,
I would
get them straight away. Yeah,
I'd like to get more exotics, but I also feel like that might cheapen them at the same time. But I mean, I love the feeling of getting exotics, so it's good, I guess.
Yeah. It looks better than the first one. Just details and all that sort of look better than Destiny 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to have a look at playing it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm happy that it looks better.
Yep. Did you like the whole story that they were doing? Did you kind of feel that it was better than the last one, or what? Just from the
it's hard to tell with just one mission. It's really hard to tell how the rest of it's going to pan out.
Yeah. But the cinematics, did they do you feel like they got in the way? Do you feel like they told more of the story nicely, or what do you think? Because they never really had cinematics in Destiny 1, like, at all.
They had to a point, but they were more
to a point,
a way to get from A to B, more than anything else. The ones I saw that end of the first mission sort of explaining that sort of how you lose the ghost, essentially Gaul, or Gary, as he's known sometimes, likes to chuck the shield around the Traveler. I don't know how that would stop the ghost from working, but it does.
Maybe just like it's like Wi-Fi signal, just
he's
cuts off the
got a
signal.
Wi-Fi blocker.
Yeah.
A Wi-Fi blocker, which is a bit odd. But yeah, other than that, seems interesting. I don't know. We'll have to play more to see the rest of it.
For sure.
What I've seen of like the Lost Sectors and Patrol Mission seems like they're
man.
building on that and making it worth more.
Exactly. And engaging in the exploration a bit more, eh?
Yeah.
So cons.
Cons. They need to work on their cooldown timers for grenades, special abilities.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah. They just took forever to freaking transfer through. It was almost like you had to hold on to your special till you found the right exact
time to use it. Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd only be able to use it one more time.
Right.
Same with the grenade and all that.
The actual grenade was slow as well.
Yeah, it was very, very slow. Same with
they removed
abilities. They were just so slow to get to the next one.
Yeah, because they removed strength, discipline, and intellect, didn't they?
Yeah, they got rid of them and they added new ones in, but I can't remember.
Oh, okay. And I heard that people on the beta had been picking up or like finding armor with some kind of reduction stat that reduced the time that it took to load your abilities.
Right.
So whether they're going to be focusing on more of that, where you actually find specific pieces of armor and they cut down your time, that's interesting. I mean, that's how that kind of worked before with the whole stats, the strength, discipline, and intellect. I mean, you'd find armor pieces that did more and less to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
So I hope they, and I know someone from Budgie said that this is an old build that we're
Yes, it was like
it's an old build,
6
so there's
months
gonna be new
old
ones.
or something like that.
Something like that. It's
Yeah.
not the one they're shipping.
Yeah.
So
That,
hopefully that fixes it. Hopefully it makes it quicker.
hmm.
They're not going to spend like half the game running around without a super or a grenade or whatever.
I feel like they should actually just increase the amount that you can use them, just for the sheer variety of abilities that you have.
There's only
Another
so much to
con
do
that
with
I have seen on the
classes.
internet about a lot of people talking about is the power weapon ammo being dropped not enough.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have commented on that, saying that they are going to increase that for the actual game release, which is good.
I hope so, because otherwise you're going to be freaking waiting forever to get like a grenade launcher or a rocket or sniper rifle.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's slow.
Fucking
Yeah.
cat.
That's my thoughts. I have pre-ordered it, so
Oh
I'll
yeah,
play it
I haven't
for sure.
pre-ordered it yet. I'll probably do that
But
next
we'll
week.
see where we go from there.
All right. Well, that's knocked out one of my topics as well. So another one is a article I saw regarding the new Spider-Man game that's Insomniac are doing exclusively for PS4. People are wanting to see an exclusive Marvel game for Xbox, and they were talking about Hulk being the exclusive game, and I thought we could just.
Please no.
Yeah, well, no, the old Hulk game that used to be on Xbox was really good. Like, it used to be on the original Xbox. I remember that being really, really, really interesting and fun, being able to jump around and smash things and do thunderclaps and all that kind of stuff. I don't necessarily want it to be Hulk, but I'd be okay if it was. I don't know what exclusive character I would want to see on Xbox. Obviously, I haven't got an Xbox, so maybe this would make me want to go out and buy one. Or in your mind, who would you want to see as a or what combination of characters?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I don't know. It's hard to pick because there's already been a few like movie tie-ins for the Iron Man franchise.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They were terrible.
As movie tie-ins or as I don't know. I'd probably like to see like a proper Iron Man one maybe.
Yep,
Like
that'd be
full
cool.
technical capabilities.
Yeah.
Or in general maybe like a squad-based Avengers one maybe.
Yep.
You
Where
control, like, all
you were controlling different
the
characters,
core.
sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know
cool.
they've done those in the past.
Yeah.
And they seem to work. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably Iron Man for me personally.
Yeah. I'd want to see like a Batman Arkham Knight version with Captain America or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Just like having the combat system of Batman, because I think that combat system works in any game. Maybe not Iron Man necessarily. It'd be weird to see Iron Man whipping around
Yeah, Iron Man would probably be more of a flyer.
and shooting. Yeah, I
shooting
think that was
things,
kind of what
missiles, rockets,
made those games that came out around the movies kind of just thin, because they didn't. You can't do too much as Iron Man. You can't actually. You can only really fly and shoot. There's not really too much to it.
Yep. Well, I suppose you just check them more abilities and maybe yank them out of the suit once in a while.
That'd be kind of interesting. Do like a weird
Scrap.
kind of detective mode when you come out of the suit and you're just using
Yeah, exactly.
Friday as a smart kind of thing. Yeah. There's we were talking about this the other day, how August is terrible for games because there's no games coming out. There is one game that I really, really want to shine a light on. That's called Hellblade. It's a new PS4 exclusive game, and it looks really good. It looks kind of like a I don't think you would have really heard of this, but there's a game called Heavenly Sword, and it was actually coming out by the same producers, which is why it seems
Heard
like
of
it.
Heavenly Sword.
Yeah, most people have heard of it. Not many people have played it. I haven't played it myself, but this looks really interesting. It kind of looks like a mashup of God of War with something a bit like Bloodborne, or Soul. What's the other one? Demon Souls or
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is the current one.
Yeah, where it's going to be a tough kind of you swing, you miss, you get killed sort of thing, mixed with scary looking mythology and demons and gods and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not surprised with Punisher. It's Ninja Theory. They did Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
those were some of the most freaking annoying games on the planet.
Yeah, I think Heavenly Sword was very much like that as well, actually.
Oh, hang on. No, they didn't. They did Devil May Cry though. They did DMC.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it was someone else. They're Ninja Gaiden.
That's all right. Yeah, it looks really good. Like the graphics look really amazing. I have heard rumors that it's going to be very short, and that it's not going to be full cost game. Like it's not going to be $60 or $120 in New Zealand. It's going to be more along the lines of I think 60 or 70 in New Zealand. So it's apparently be about 30 or 40 over the US. So it's not. It's kind of like the new Order 18, whatever it's called, 1980, or whatever.
Order 66.
Order, yeah, 66.
No, that's Star Wars.
That's Star Wars.
That's Star Wars.
Order 1866, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the one you're talking about.
Yeah, where it's probably going to be a very cinematic game, and then have kind of gameplay smashed throughout, but it's probably not be 20 to 30 hours long, be more like 10 hours long sort of thing. But it's definitely worth a look at. I'm definitely going to be interested. I probably will try and get it when I can. But definitely Destiny 2 is definitely on my radar as a must pre-order sort of thing. So that was just something I wanted to recommend to people buying games. What have you got? Anything next?
Right. The last thing I want to talk about is Apple has apparently ended production of the iPod Nano and iPod Shuffle.
Whoa, that's big.
Yeah, they've stopped making them. Selling them. There's nothing on their store, on the Apple Store anymore.
Right.
And so they're no longer just doing this one.
So are there any iPods at all, or is it just?
It is a iPod Touch, I believe.
Okay, they're not doing classic anymore either.
Not to my knowledge, no. Okay. The iPod Touch is essentially a smartphone without smartphone capabilities.
Without a SIM card on it.
Can't do anything. It's essentially an Apple iPhone without the phone part.
Yeah, which these days is pretty much all you need, really. I mean, with Facebook calling and messaging and all that kind of thing, you don't really need a phone these days.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's interesting.
Getting rid of that entirely. So iPods will no longer be.
That means everyone's iPod that is out there is going to stop working simultaneously, and they will have to go out and buy iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to buy an iPhone or just keep going with the iPod Touch.
Well, no, it'll have a bug in it, pretty surely.
I don't. No, so they're still doing the iPod Touch, but they're getting rid of the Nano and the Shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay. The Nano was like the miniature iPod Touch. You had a tiny little screen.
Yes, that's right.
Look at the music and see that, and the Shuffle was no screen at all.
Yeah.
Tiny little square thing.
Well, I found that really useful. I think people I know had them used them for exercising and things like that. Anyway, the last thing that I really wanted to talk about was slowly we're starting to see a little bit more news about a game which is very exciting to me, Borderlands 3. So apparently we're going to be hopefully seeing it in 2018. We've been seeing more kind of a little bit of pieces here and there, some crumbs, just with a high up person from 2K mentioning recently in a statement that they're releasing 2K that 2K are releasing Red Dead Redemption 2, their sports games that they're releasing, and another main title that they are working on, which we all know that they've been working on Borderlands 3 for a long time. They showed a test footage back at one of the game conventions.
Yeah, one of the game expos was a tech demo.
It was very.
Just show the engine off.
They just showed like the shadowing physics and like kind of thing, showing that they were working on something, and it looked very like the textures in it looked very, very good, especially for a cell shaded world. So yeah, very excited to hear any kind of information about Borderlands. Other than Telltale doing another one, because it was okay, but I want an actual game.
Yep. Fair enough.
Have you played much of the Borderlands series?
I played 1 and 2,
Okay.
but I got bored pretty
Whoa.
quickly with the
Okay.
DLC and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah,
and I
okay.
just haven't bothered to touch anything since I finished them. And
Right.
I'm just sort of like, it's one of those franchises I got burned out of, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
it is a pretty
yeah,
familiar
it's-
kind of like.
yeah,
Uh,
it's much the same. It's all the DLC
Yeah.
turned out to be pretty much the same sort of thing, and so I
Yeah.
just got like, I've done this before, I
Right.
can't be bothered, and I just stopped.
One of our friends is absolutely mad with that game. He plays it like every year, and he's currently completing the first one, and he's about to move on to the second one. He's like just insanely just finished them all. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. If you like the sort of loot and shoot, it's just like the random game. It's good for that. But yeah, we just
Yeah.
sort of got bored
That's all right.
personally.
Um,
Oh, that's
It's
a bad game. I think just got bored.
no, yeah. I mean, everyone gets bored of kind of different games just because they don't scratch an itch or something like that. The last kind of topic that I kind of wanted to bring up, only very briefly, is Trump's recent faux pas that he has caused himself. So back when he was polling, he was saying that he would back the LBGT people. I don't know what to call them.
Community.
Community,
Ideally.
thank you. Yeah. And he's just released a saying that he's not going to allow transvestites into the army, which goes against what he was
I
saying
can be
about.
called transgender, Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? Transvestite. Oh
Yeah, you
God,
could have-
sorry. I apologise about
Yes.
that. Transgender. He's not allowing them to join the army for cost reasons. Now, apparently, he released saying that it's going to save the army $8 million, which sounds like a lot. But
yeah,
when you
but
compare it to
here's
the
the thing,
rest of their
like, here's-
spending,
Yeah, they spend roughly $300 million on the United States Army, which is more than the next sort of like 5 or 6 countries combined.
exactly.
So it's a bullshit argument. You can't
Yeah.
say that and say,
No.
"Oh, you'll save a lot of money." It's like, no, you're already not. You're not going to save money. The only way you're going to save money is you put more money into the freaking army.
Exactly.
It's,
Yeah.
It's
So-
such a bullshit statement. I've seen so many sort of veterans come out against it and say like it's retarded. It's the most moronic thing. There's a Navy SEAL who was on SEAL Team 6. One of the guys, one of the teams who took down Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
He was a male at that stage, and then he had the operation to go from male to female.
Oh, wow.
And he's come out and saying you're an idiot, essentially.
Yeah.
So
That's,
you know, it's such a moronic fucking thing to do.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah. And
It's-
seeing as it's a volunteer army, like you're not being conscripted into
No.
the United States Army. It's volunteer. It's like you're removing part of the population
exactly.
from volunteering to do something like that. So it's such a weird thing to do.
And apparently he got he
yeah.
got talked to by some of his generals and like his higher up people, and they were the ones that told him to do this. And it's like he just needs to sit back and think for a minute about what's happening and about what he needs to do, rather than listening to some of these just idiotic people.
But that's the problem. It's Trump. Who people say do. Like he'll
Yeah.
say do this, that, and other thing, but he doesn't realize that it's probably the wrong thing to do
Exactly. Yeah.
because he thinks he knows everything about everything, but
He doesn't have any experience. And that kind of
doesn't.
thing.
Yeah.
No.
He's not a politician. He never served in the army. He dodged the draft about
Yes.
5 times. So
For spurs,
Yeah.
bone spurs in his ankle, and then was playing tennis like the next month or something like that.
Yeah. So it's it's a weird thing to like say no.
Yeah. It's just another bump in the
Yeah.
road of Trump.
Yeah, he's such a polarizing figure. Half
Yeah.
the world thinks he's nuts, and the half think he's a great person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
Odd.
just wanted to make sure that people were aware. That's all. The
Yeah,
people
we were.
that listen to our podcast, by the way, those people.
Yeah, those people.
Those
Yeah,
people.
I'm sure everyone knows about it. Yeah.
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 All right.
He's such a weird character.
All right, so now we're going to go from that boring topic. You don't have any more topics, do you?
I've got a random fact if you like a
All
random
right,
fact.
yeah, no, go for a random fact. We could make this a thing.
Alright. So, the actress who did Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn, she's
Aloy.
also in Fortnite.
Oh,
Ashley Birch. Yeah, she plays Ray, the robot person on the
oh,
radio.
okay. I thought I recognised that voice.
Yeah.
That's
So,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Ashley Birch has done quite a lot of stuff. She's a pretty proficient voice actress. I
Yeah.
only know her from
I
the
feel like I
web series
recognise
she
the
used to
name.
do back in the day called Hey Ash, What You Doing? So, yeah.
That's interesting. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
done a
We'll,
few
we'll
things.
we'll move on to the review corner. Add
Okay.
sound here. I don't know. I don't know what to do in terms of I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do some. I'm planning to do some kind of clip or something. I don't know. Make some kind of musical intro to the sound. No, the review corner. There we go. That's what
Alright.
I'm going to call it from this point on. So we're going to review something that that me and Liam have both consumed during the fortnight. So that we can both kind of talk on even ground. This is something that Liam helped me out with. Fortnite. We've both just been jamming on the early access, and we probably have both pretty different opinions about it. What's your opinion on it so far, Liam?
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. It's as a sort of zombie defense
Mhm.
game. It's pretty enjoyable. Quite a fair amount of sort of loot and
Yep.
guns and different weapons and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Although that being said, the gameplay is pretty much the same sort of thing, even if they're trying to
Yeah.
say it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Go to a point, defend a point from zombies, hope you don't die, build a fort, build a
Yep.
ramshackle fort. Away you go. Rinse, repeat.
Rinse, repeat. And that's kind of the small issue that I'm having with it is just that it does feel a little bit tedious in booting it up, and even the menu system it takes a long time to get everything ready to play an actual game. So you got to do your loot, you got to do your level ups of your characters, you got to do schematic, and you got to do skill points and all that kind of thing, and then you get to play the game. And by that point, you can only play 5 or 10 minutes, and go. I'm having real trouble finding copper. It's a real pain in my butthole trying to find copper. I've got some legendary schematics, and I can't build them because I don't have any copper, and it's just grinding my gears a little bit. And I don't have much time to jump on to play these kinds of things. And I would like to play with along with you, Liam. I would. I think it would be much more enjoyable if we were actually playing together. So maybe we'll give that a go after we finish jamming this. But yeah, I think it's in terms of everything, it's a good game. I feel like there could be more enemies. The enemies could be a little bit more difficult. But yeah,
They do get more difficult.
oh yeah, that definitely, like, as time goes on and as you reach different areas, they're definitely a lot harder.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not so much that they get harder to kill until they just get more zombies.
yes,
More husks.
Yeah.
They just throw more at you,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
gets
It's a bit floodish, which is pretty
yeah.
intense. It does get pretty intense.
yeah. And especially when you see one of the big sort of the really big ones of the troll, not the troll, the really big zombie with a deformed arm that's super huge.
Right,
It
that
just runs through walls.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are annoying.
Yep. There's another one that I haven't seen yet, but I was having a look at screenshots, and there's like this big tall looking Enderman kind of one, and it like shoots laser beams at you. It's pretty
Oh, it sounds terrifying.
yeah, it's pretty scary.
I actually did see an article about Fortnite.
Yep.
Just wanted to saying that at the sort of far end of the game, so the upper tiers, apparently it gets really a lot harder to get like resources and things like that. And the way to
Really?
actually progress forward is to just use the loot traps. I've read a
Loot
story
traps.
or two.
What's a loot trap?
Loot boxes, sorry.
Ah.
Loot llamas. Basically, people are saying that they can't progress past a certain point, a certain ceiling, because they're not getting enough resources to
Right.
make new stuff and
Right, because
level up.
your guns
and
have
The ability
like,
just ramps up so hard.
yeah. Because your guns have durability on them, and if you don't have like enough resources to make new guns, then you just have no weapons. I don't know how that's gonna affect the end game. Especially, I think like the higher tier guns actually run out quicker or something like that. I don't know.
I think I saw in one of the skill trees somewhere. There's a durability
Oh,
thing,
I have to look for that one.
increase the durability or something.
Also,
Can't
like
remember what I
I've got like new heroes. I just got a purple hero this morning, a legendary hero. I'm pretty keen to use it. I can't use it until I go a certain point in my skill tree, which I thought was it's kind of annoying. Like I want to be able to use something that I've got, but I can't use it until I've done this certain amount of thing. It's like a decently deep way into the actual skill tree as well.
Weird.
Mm.
I haven't encountered any heroes like that. All the ones I've got in my one. I got the Founders Pack, you got
The Founders Pack.
Edition,
So
there's
have you actually got
difference
any other heroes other than the ones you got in the Founder Pack?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got a loot llama the other day. I got a epic hero, a yellow one.
A yellow
I haven't
one?
actually- yeah.
You
the
bastard!
Epic heroes. I got one of them. I've got a few, like 1 or 2 purples, mostly blues.
Yeah, I feel like
So,
I
and
should-
as far as I can tell, I can equip my epic hero straight off the bat.
immediately. Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
immediately. So,
All right.
yeah, the
okay.
thing about Fortnite, I find that there's almost too much to it. It's almost too much. It's
Yes,
too deep.
but there's also
It's like, yeah,
there's also it feels
Sketch.
very shallow at the same time in
Yeah.
certain areas. Yeah, it's kind of a weird mix.
yeah, it's weird mix. Like, yeah, there's like what, 6 skill trees, or was there 5
Yeah.
skill trees? I can't remember.
6 of them, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like 5 branches in each of them. So it's like, why
Scary,
do
yeah.
that such large thing? And then there's the skill tree below that where you use research points, which
Yes.
I've got no idea how you get research points. I know they just fall into a pool randomly over time.
The,
But I'm
yeah.
like, where
It's
do they
just-
come from? Where's this thing? I
I
don't
guess
understand.
yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
So,
where do you even get them
it's like-
from?
Well, I'm so confused. Yeah, it's a game that's oddly very deep and also very shallow at the same time.
Mm.
It's very confusing. Well, the gameplay, the like actual,
It feels very
player
tight.
versus
It does
zombie.
feel very good. Yeah.
it's a very good like zombie versus human versus zombie. It's fantastic. It plays really well. It's just that whole micromanaging shit's just
Yeah.
a bit sort of weird.
Yep.
It's a weird combination of game types, like smushed into one sort of package.
So, okay, a common thing with our review corner is how many cookies are you going to give it? Out of
What?
Mm,
Common
mm.
thing is the first
I
time we're doing
literally
it.
just thought cookies in my head, just then. So I have to put a number on it.
Yeah, put a
I'm just
number
going
on it.
5 cookies. 5 cookies out of 5 cookies.
Can I go like half a cookie? I'll go like,
You can eat half a cookie. Yeah,
let's
sure.
say 4 cookies.
4 cookies. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll give it a
So,
3. I'll give it
yeah,
3 cookies. I'm going to give it
Right.
a little bit less. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying
put
it
a
though.
graphic in the podcast about this now. Though.
Ah, yeah, I'll put some cookies in there. That'll be good. Making me hungry. All right, what else have we been consuming and would like to recommend? This is going to be another part of the show.
Ready Player One?
You'd like to recommend Ready Player One as a book?
Yeah, I'm halfway into it. I get like almost all the references to pop culture that it makes.
Yeah, I had to
Um,
Google things occasionally, but yeah.
Yeah, I get most of them. Some parts sort of do drag on a little bit.
Yeah, you were saying the beginning of the book kind of took a
Yeah,
little
he
bit.
spends exactly. He spends a whole chapter talking about the founder of the Oasis. It sort of gets like, okay,
That's really important.
I
That
guess
guy's
it
like
does- I understand
a
why.
hero.
But,
He's like,
yeah, I understand why, but he goes on for like a
Alright.
whole at least 10 pages. I've never seen that in another book.
yeah,
I've read, I don't know, a few hundred books.
Yeah.
I've never seen another book do that.
Yeah.
So, bit weird,
okay.
bit disconcerting.
What have I been watching or doing recently? I really haven't had much time to do anything. It's been really sad. I've been playing Fortnite. I do recommend Fortnite. I think people would like that. What else?
Any YouTube series?
Oh, I watch a lot of Sips. If you're looking for someone and you haven't found Sips yet, SIPS. He's part of the Yogscast, which is a big English channel, and they are really good. But he's really funny. He likes he's quite crude, which is no, he's not overly crude, but he has a good sense of humor. So yeah, if you haven't watched him, go watch him.
You know, the only sort of YouTube channel I'm sort of following with any sort of dedication right now is Man at Arms
Oh, yeah.
Reforged.
Oh yes,
Where they go and make
like weaponry.
weaponry, video game weaponry,
Yeah.
or movie weaponry. I think
I have
they
watched a couple of those, and they're pretty intense.
Yeah, it's actual craftsmen going about
Yeah.
making the thing, so it's really interesting. I find it really interesting. So
I watched Ghost in the Shell. That was really good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I watched King Arthur. That was really good. I haven't finished that one actually, to be honest though. I watched Fast and Furious 8. That was really good. I think I might have talked about the last one. I'm not sure.
No, I don't remember.
That was really good. It was actually really, really, really good. I like the whole evil Dom thing, and they explained it really well. I feel like they could have gone to a lot of worse places than what they did.
Yep.
But it was believable.
I felt like I was talking to one of my our coworkers about that, and I was
Yeah.
like, I bet this is what's going to happen, and lo and behold, it did happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that was obvious.
I had actually forgotten completely about the character that they brought in to make Dom
Right,
evil.
she only appeared in the previous one for all of about 5 minutes. and
No,
then
she was like a main love interest. I really liked her. I was hoping
like,
she'd carry on.
in number 4 she did, but
Yeah.
in number 5 she wasn't even there.
No.
She was there for like 5 seconds, then she was gone.
Yeah, well, that's because Dom refound his old flame, which like it was cool how understanding she was about that. It was like, well,
I feel like that wouldn't
I'm
happen in
done.
real life.
No, I'm like, I can't
I
believe
feel
you're
like it'd
leaving
be
me
a-
for this slut. It'd be
I
insane.
feel like it'd be a bit more fireworks
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know though. So
But Dom's got a cool car, so that fixes everything for girls.
certain girls, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what else I've been doing. But yeah, I guess that's probably it, isn't it? Have you got anything else you want to add?
No, don't
Nah.
have anything.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll sign off then. All right. So this is Dan from Thinning Out Loud, the podcast, popularized by YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. I haven't put it on iTunes yet. I'm thinking about doing that soon. If you have ideas and topics that you want us to talk about, please just put them in the comments or email them to thinning.media@gmail.com. And I'll try and go through them and get them all out there as much as I can. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and peace out.
Peace. Bye bye.
Bye bye.